If the system is built to benefit us, then why are so many white people still angry? That's a question that I've been sitting with for a few days, especially after seeing so many white people spreading hate and fear online. And it just got me thinking. Now, I'm no expert, and I can only share what I've experienced myself and what I'm thinking, and I'm always open to other opinions and correction. So, equality feels like loss when privilege has always been your norm, and also facing injustice can feel really uncomfortable, and sitting with that discomfort can sometimes feel like an attack internally. And then because guilt is easier to hide with anger than having to actually heal through accountability. The very system that's built to keep the disenfranchised groups oppressed also weakens the oppressor. If you are born into privilege and into a system that's rigged for you to win all the time, you don't have to develop the tenacity and the courage and the resilience that I can clearly see in the oppressed groups. So when that system is challenged, and the ones who honed those skills over years of being oppressed finally get their well-deserved success, it's easier to feel like the opportunities are being taken away from you rather than face the reality that you just didn't win this time. And it's because the playing field's just leveled out. At the same time, the media and politics can also frame equity as reverse racism, which it's not. It's purely just the scales being brought back to balance or back into balance. When you're confronted with the reality that you benefited from a system that hurt others, it creates an inner conflict or a clash of how you see yourself as a good person or a fair person. And it's so much easier to just reject or dismiss the idea of privilege altogether rather than face what it might mean morally. Now, I know there will be those comments that says not all white people, and that goes without saying. But there are still those who say, it's been 30 plus years, can we just let it go? Or, I didn't create the system and I'm not part of the problem. But we benefited from that system. Whether we wanted to be in it or not, we benefited from it. And that makes it our responsibility to help dismantle it. And we can speak up for the ones whose voices have been silenced for so long.
It came out in June 11 of 2016, and it's called Why Are So Many White Americans So Unhappy? The article argues that among low-income groups in the United States, white Americans report higher levels of unhappiness and stress than poor minorities. Highlights that traditional measures of well-being, like material things, income or employment, don't fully explain these disparities. It's also social, it's cultural, it's identity factors. All of these things matter. Poverty or your income itself doesn't impact all racial and ethnic groups the same way. In the United States, there's always intersectionality, the interaction between race, class, gender, identity, expectations, and your status in society. All of those things play a role. The article brings up that when people perceive downward mobility, status loss, or feel they have fewer opportunities in the earlier generations, their well-being suffers, even if their absolute material conditions are similar to other groups. There's more nuance to happiness, even though you have our current government that controls all aspects, executive, legislative, and judicial. They're still unhappy. They're rounding up people like gangbusters, like it's going out of style. They're constantly hiring and recruiting for ICE. He is actually destroying the White House to build a ballroom that who is going to come to? And it's probably going to be just as tacky as the rest of his redecoration. This is the most miserable human being because the only thing he can talk about is how he's been done wrong.
Privilege no longer exists. Privilege no longer exists. That is why the system that was meant and built for them, the system that was supposed to glorify them, the system that was meant for them to dig a post has been scattered. They're now seeing it right now that they don't have anything. And that's why a lot of them rage, a lot of them are angry with themselves, they cringe a lot. They're so bitter when they see black people succeeding because normally the system was meant to favor us. So why can't it favor us as white people? That is where the problem is starting from. And see, there is one thing I know about when it comes to this evil heart and jealousy. The moment you start harboring a lot of things in your heart, you lose focus, you lose balance. And that is exactly what these white people have literally lost. Anyways, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And credits belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And with that being said, let's go watch this video and I'll be back with commentaries. Let's go, guys.
White people are so funny for the simple fact that they do the same shit that we do, and then when we do it, they will get so mad. Like, I don't know if it's me, but as a black person, like, I randomly, like, it'd be like once a month, I end up on, like, white people TikTok, and they're in an outrage right now over this Sydney Sweetie thing, right? The whole thing with the jeans, blue eyes and all that, right? And they're saying, oh, because it's like there's a deeper message than that. They're trying to send a sign and all this. But then a white creator of Joey Swole gets on the internet, right? And I'm not even gonna talk about him dressing up as Hulk Hogan, right? He then gets on live and refers to black people as color. He says it's boldly. It's not a subliminal message like y'all are trying to do with the Cindy Sweetie situation. And he says it boldly, colored. And black people are like, dang, like, we're mad because you shouldn't be using that terminology. Because us black people don't even use that terminology. And now we're sensitive and we're mad for no reason. Anytime black people complain about something, y'all, I started trying to look for the reason why we would actually feel some type of way. And y'all know why we feel some type of way. You know why colored is. You don't even use that. Even racist people don't even use that terminology. Racist people, they will use the N-word before they say colored, right? But they would try to find ways to minimize why we should be mad. And it's like, y'all over here trying to y'all mad about this goddamn commercial trying to find a deeper meaning, and we got a person right here blatantly saying that, but we're tripping. All right.
I had seen this video about a black woman discussing about the microaggressions that aren't talked about enough, and she spoke up about how white people have a problem when it comes to black people with status or good, like a lot of success. And what I really want to talk about, and what I feel like the core of it is, it's not just the fact that yes, it's racism and and like how could you as a black person do it, but it's almost a slap in the face because whether they want to admit or not, they know they're privileged. They know that they have a step up and advantage in the world and are already 10 steps ahead, and this world's going to cater to you by a lot of things. It's a systemic thing. You got a lot of advantage, I'll give you that. So to see you, and you know the drill, we have to work twice as hard for half what they have to then not only make it, but surpass them. It's worse when you even go above them. Oh, that's hellfire. It's hard to wrap their head around with all the odds stacked against you. How the heck did you make it above me? That is how they look at it. It's not just the fact that a black person that's staying in a black person's zone, the black person's place, you're not supposed to be up here with us. It's just, it doesn't logically make sense in their own teeny tiny brains because what? Like, I was ahead of you. I had so many opportunities more than you. Like, the world caters to me more than you. How the heck were you able to touch where I'm at? And even if I'm not at that spot, how the heck were you able to surpass me? And once I realized that, I don't know, I kind of got giggly about it. Shit, I'd be upset too. Like, wow, if I was a white person and I knew, hey, thank God I'm not though, so.
I think I'm getting a little closer to understanding why men my age, particularly white men, are so angry and bitter and upset with everyone that doesn't look like them. And women as well, they're upset with women too. And I think all it is, and you get I think you get a great insight into the minds of these people when you read the comments that they post on TikTok. And so that's where I get a lot of my, I guess for want of a better word, understanding on how they think. Anyway, what seems to have happened is in the 50s, right, all the guy had to do was be a financial provider. He could go to work, not offer any emotional support or vulnerability or awareness or intelligence, not bring anything emotional into a relationship. His component was purely financial. And that was fine in the 50s. It was great. Well, I don't think it was great, but that particular mindseted person would say that was great. And I think that's what they mean when, they say, I'll make America great again. I think it's kind of, that might be a period in time that they did consider great. Anyway, what's happened is women have proven themselves to be just as competent in that area as men, if not more so. So women are now amazing financial providers and well set up financially. A lot of women are, not all, but a lot. And that's unsettling for the average white man with an emotional IQ of a piece of wood. Because those women now no longer need a man to be a provider. It's purely that they would enter into a relationship as an equal, not as, and potentially the guy could be dependent on the woman, which makes me chuckle. Anyway, so what's happening is guys are realizing that they bring fuck all to the table, and they don't offer anything that women can't do for themselves and probably do better. So they're now confronted with this cold, harsh reality of women don't want or need them for that reason, and they're floundering. They don't know what to do. I mean, the answer is very simple. They could evolve and spend some time getting to become emotionally intelligent, perhaps. Maybe get in touch with their feelings. Could be something they might look at. But no, these particular people, these guys, they won't do that. That's too hard. So what they do instead is they blame everyone else. Blame women. Blame minorities. Blame DEI. And that's the other thing. All DEI has done has removed the advantage that they've had for so many years, where they could be a lazy ass, no-hoper, nothing going for them except that they're white and they're a man and they're in the club. So they waltz on into a job without ever having proved themselves or even deserving that position. And now they've lost that advantage. And that's the other reason why they're so angry.
The minute white people have to live like black people, the world stops functioning. Like, I'm telling you, when they got addicted to pain pills, everybody was up in an uproar like, oh my God, how could this happen? Like crack hadn't been peddled to the black community. The minute white kids started dying because they were getting pewed at, the world was like, oh my God, we have to do something about gun violence. But when it was black people, it was just like, oh, just avoid that part of town. The minute white people stop not getting jobs and new grads start getting screwed over, it's like, oh my God, we got to kick out all the migrants from the country, when this is stuff black people have been dealing with since they were allowed to work. And this really should open people's eyes as to why black people are so mad. Because the way that you say things are terrible is the average day as a black person. Like, the fact that you're like, oh my God, this is the worst society's ever been, and we're falling apart, and what are we gonna do? This is like an average Tuesday with a black person. Like, the fact that everyone's saying, oh my God, Trump, he's destroying democracy, he's what do you think it's like being a black person dealing with the law enforcement? Like, I want people to realize now, you now are living how black people have lived forever. So if nothing else comes out of this, please understand that society under Trump is what a regular day as a black person looks like in all areas of society. You have no opportunity, no one cares to really help you, no one really actually likes you that much. The entire world is judging you. welcome to being black. Like, welcome to being black. It's the craziest thing, especially when you realize you are now victims of something you didn't cause and you are responsible to fix the problem that, again, you had no hand in causing. You didn't ask to be here. You went out and did everything you wanted to do. You went out and did everything possible, and now you have to dig your way out of this hole. So please, just be more sympathetic to black people. Signed, a black person, because this shit is tiring.
Why are y'all so angry? You have the White House, you have both houses of Congress, you have a Supreme Court that is completely obedient to your president. They're willing to give him unlimited power. They're willing to say that he can take SEAL Team 6 and kill anybody he wants. They were willing to affirm that. They're willing to say that ICE can racially profile anybody they want. The United States Supreme Court has said you can racially profile Latinos based on their accent or the way they look. You guys have everything you want. You have legal racial profiling. You've ended DEI. You've ended affirmative action. You get all the best jobs, even if you're not qualified. You can be a Fox Weekend host and be the Defense Department's Secretary of Defense. You can be Kash Patel and be a podcaster who wants to go to Valhalla and run the FBI, as long as you're conservative. You have everything. Why are y'all so angry? What the fuck are you angry about? You've banned all of our books. You've banned Black history. You banned the 1619 Project. You don't have to compete with women for jobs. You've chased them out of the military. You've chased them out of the senior positions in the Department of Defense. You've gotten rid of all the Black history in the museums. Museums are terrified. I have contacts that I'm talking to inside of the Interior Department, people who are running all of those spaces where you can go and see a Civil War memorial or something. The people who work in these places are terrified. They're afraid to tell the real history. The people who are working for the federal government are afraid to say the word Black. You guys have canceled Black scholarships. You're damn near, I guess, ready to get rid of HBCUs. Donald Trump just recently said they're not going to fund any minority serving institution. Y'all have gotten rid of that. You've gotten rid of help for Black kids to go to college. What more do you want? What are you so angry about? I go every so often, I go and look on X Twitter. Y'all are the maddest people ever. Y'all are so angry for people who have everything. Y'all said you want your country back. You have it. The rest of us are sitting back and trying to keep our peace and preserve our peace while you all are running the country. If the airlines are crashing, that's you. That's the people you wanted to run the United States government. The FBI, y'all are laughing at them on X Twitter and saying that they look ridiculous. That's your FBI. They've purged the people who made the FBI what it was. It's not what you wanted. You have your podcasters running the FBI. You have your friend from the real world running the Department of Transportation. That's what you wanted. There's no longer a gay guy there. The gay guy's gone. The gay guy's at home with his kid and his husband. He's not in charge anymore. The Department of Justice is what you wanted. It's your Justice Department that won't release the Epstein files. If you're mad about the Epstein files, you shouldn't be mad at me and the left. You need to be mad at Donald Trump. You all have the country. You run every red state like it's already Project 2025. You won't let women have abortions in Texas. They're literally dying of sepsis. That's what you wanted. You wanted women to have only 6 weeks to get an abortion in Georgia. You got it. You wanted Texas to be a petri dish and a laboratory for every right-wing, anti-Black, anti-gay, anti-trans idea. And you also got rid of vaccines. Every child in Florida is now going to go to school with kids who could give them measles, mumps, and rubella and COVID. That's what y'all wanted. You now have a paradise in Florida where you can get sick, cough on people, let them die of whatever disease you're carrying. It's almost like you've got the pilgrims again that can come and cough on all the natives and take them out. That's what you wanted. You got it. You wanted Florida to be that. It's that. You wanted the United States to be Florida. It's that. But yet you all are still so angry. I don't understand it. I genuinely don't understand it. I don't mean to rant and rave, but I am genuinely trying to get to the bottom of what you all are so angry about. And I think I have a suspicion and I have a guess. What you all are angry about is that while you have gotten everything you wanted on the right, we on the other side won't give you love for it. We won't respect you for it. We won't hail you for it. We won't respect you and say, hey, we want to, have you at the Oscars. We want to fet you. We want to make you guys, we want to wrap our arms around you. You want us to embrace you. You don't just want to run us and tell us what to do and tell us what to think and tell us what to read and tell us what history we can have. You don't just want to tell us what to do. You want us to embrace you. What you really want is to sit at our table. You're mad because while you are running the country into the ground, you're destroying your own farmers with tariffs. You're destroying your own farmers by taking away their subsidies that used to go with USAID. You got what you wanted. They've ended the farm subsidies. These are the things y'all asked for. You got your big, beautiful budget. That's what you wanted. Trump gave it right to you. You got your permanent tax cut. You're still pissed because the left, the other side, the majority, we still cannot stand you. We cannot stand Christian nationalism. We don't want it. And because we will not say we want your Christian nationalism, we embrace your Christian nationalism. We like your Christian nationalism. We like you. Because we won't do that, that's why you're still mad. But guess what we're going to keep on doing? We're going to keep on being moisturized and unbothered, and we still not going to like it. We're never going to like Christian nationalism. We're never going to accept it. We're never going to be down with it. And our squad is bigger than your squad at the end of the day. We have the Boricuas. We got the Mexican Americans. They done woke up. They said, whoo, Lord, let's go ahead and go with these folks. We got the spicy whites. The spicy white folk are with us. They're with us, right? We got the Asian Americans who've woken up and said, whoa, we better be with them, right? Chinese Americans, they see you. Japanese Americans are like, you're going to do internment again? We see you.
South Koreans
are like, whoa, we see you. Y'all gonna kick the South Koreans out. Now you're going to cry because Georgia's going to have a worse economy because you're not going to get to have the South Koreans teaching y'all to have those high-tech jobs. The South Koreans are like, oh, well, sure hate it. Africa's like, we're just going to do business with each other. We got BRICS. We don't need y'all. Tourists are like, we don't need y'all. The African Americans, the Caribbean Americans are getting together and said, yo, why are we fighting each other? Caribbean Americans are like, yo, we were y'all. We've been hip hop together. Let's go off. And you're mad at us because we do not want to be with you. This America you want, that's yours, y'all. You keep it.
White people have no idea how deep the sense of betrayal is in the black community over us, the majority of us, putting Trump back in office. I mean, it was bad in 2016 and worse in 2020. But after January 6th, it was a whole different level. And obviously, many of us didn't vote for Trump. We voted for Kamala. But still, they're done. Done fighting. Done trying to fix the mess that we've created. Not just with Trump, but in building and maintaining a white supremacist system for centuries. And this idea that we're just going to vote MAGA out and get back to normal, they're done with our normal. Because we can't take one more step forward as a nation until we correct the wrongs of our past. And this is why we started the table, and why our commitment is first to racial justice and second to racial unity. Because we will never have unity without justice, reparations and all. And we do need to come together. I truly believe that. But if justice isn't at the center, don't bother. So join us at the table. You can find the link in my bio, and let's fight for justice together.
Wait a minute. How long? Not long. Are you gonna sit around begging white people to do for us what we have the power to do for ourselves?
Black folks on. Stay out of that. Let them do what they want to do. Stay out of it. Hey, if we got to go back to the pandemic style and just kind of lock ourselves down, you know what I'm saying, to stay out their way, stay out their way. It is not whatever they decide to do with each other. Let them have it, because one thing I know, and we already see it, they're not going to deal with each other. So if we're around, they're going to target us. If we're not around, they target themselves. But if you understand European history, that's what it was. They always were fighting each other in Europe. And then when they start coming around us and other people, then that's when they stop attacking each other and start attacking and colonizing and enslaving and all that other stuff at the places they had colonized, right? So introducing us and others kind of kept them from fighting each other so much. But we're not around, they have to deal with each other. So I'm telling black folk, stay out of the way. Stay out of their stuff.
Okay, first of all, the people that were Trump supporters are posting this clip of him. I don't know how many years ago it was, but anyway, it's being posted everywhere.
Think of it. We've spent $8 trillion in the Middle East, and we're not fixing our roads in this country. How stupid is it? And we're not fixing our highways, our tunnels, our bridges, our hospitals even, our schools even. It's crazy.
I'm seeing this resurgence of this tweet from them where they were the pro-peace ticket and where they tried to scare you, if you vote for Kamala, your kid's going into World War III. They're finding and posting any old tweets about Iran and Obama and how going there would be terrible and how Obama will do it for this and that. Here's just one set of these right here. And there's a lot more. Yeah, so just single ones are being posted everywhere, and then people have different clusters of them and different videos, like from him back in 2016 to now, how it's so different. Womp womp. I didn't go find all the really big content creators, but from what I understand, the people that are pro-Israel.
Anyways, thank you back for watching. Oh, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed all of that video. And I can tell you for the whole fact that I feel like one of the reasons why white people are really angry, despite the fact that the system was built to celebrate them, to exalt them, to glorify them, to keep them on that high space, one of the reasons why they're angry is because they never believe that black people can match up the energy. They never believe that black people can speak out at some point of their life. They never believe that black people can become millionaires, trillionaires. In fact, they never even believe in their life that it will come to a point where they will literally be begging each other to try their possible best to want to meet up. I've seen a video of a white woman literally saying that it didn't only end with black people trying to take over every single thing, but even when it comes to the birth rates, that black people have the highest birth rates, that white people should try and reproduce more children. Like, that is the level of the jealousy. Like, that is the level of the anger. That is the level of the frustration where some of these white folks are. I'm not going to be saying every single white folks. I'm not going to generalize every single person, because in as much as a lot of them are angry, we have some good white people that literally do not care. They even want black people to succeed, but very, very few of them, like very, very 1% out of 100. Okay. And for those 1%, that is why whenever I see their videos, I love to stitch their videos. And I want to say credits to all creators in this particular content. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Now let's talk about the economic pressure that affects everyone, where wages, cost of living, housing, and job securities have been tough for many people across race. Even if a system has equal advantage, individuals can still struggle day to day. Let's talk about the inequality within the group, where white people aren't a single experience. Class, location, education, and opportunity vary a lot. A wealthy white professional and a struggling rural worker lives a very different reality. So the reality is just big on them. So most of them that created the system for themselves, that okay, we are going to be glorifying white people because we actually have privilege, are now using most of the privilege for their self. You know, the high class, the people that are in charge. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Anyways, unexpected versus reality for generations. Some people were raised to expect stability or upward mobility. When that does not happen, it can create frustration, even if others face stepper barriers. Happy frustration hood, okay? And let's talk about the perception of losing status. When societies become more diverse and opportunity opens up for the other groups, some interpret that as losing ground, even if they are not actually worse off. You see exactly what I said, that a lot of them did not even know that black people are actually going to be matching their energy. So they hate it when black people match energy. In fact, they prefer to even beat black people and black people to shut up. In fact, they prefer for black people to even go back to slavery. That is the level where some people are, and that is why they still have every single thing, but they are still suffering. They're not looking like people that literally own every single thing, and you see black people happy doing their thing and going their way. Media and political narrative can amplify feelings or grievance, sometimes framing social changes and threats. Shifts in language norms and identity around race, gender, etc. can make some people feel disoriented or pushed aside. Not every scene Not everyone seen or agree that system advantages exist. If someone believes anything is pure individual's effort, they may feel blamed or unfairly criticized. They always feel blamed, so I'm not even surprised. Anger isn't about objective condition, it is also about comparison, identity, and emotion. People can feel angry even when others have it worse. Exactly. If someone is struggling personally, job loss, debt, border structures, discussion may feel disconnected that imitates reality. Different groups define fairness differently. What one group sees as correcting inequality, another might see it as unfair treatment. A system can have historical or structural advantage for a group, why many individuals in the group still feels economically or culturally pressured. Understanding both sides didn't mean ignoring inequality. It means recognizing that people experience are layered and not identical. Me, as far as I'm concerned, black people, we continue to watch strong. So no matter how angry you try to look like, no matter how frustrating you try to look, please do not bring it to our table. Okay, do not bring it to our table. Just take your frustration to another corner so that we don't get to be seeing those frustrations rubbing on us. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section. Credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And guys, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos. I'm going to be saying bye, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.